Baker Rooster Rıfkı and the Flying Cake Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a charming town where house roofs were colorful, cheerful music echoed through the streets, and clouds looked like cotton candy. This town was called Gökkuşağı Kasabası, Rainbow Town. One of the most beloved residents of Rainbow Town was a very, very talented rooster named Rıfkı, whose feathers were bright red and whose comb stood upright like a hat. Rıfkı made the most delicious cakes in town. His cakes were served at every birthday and every celebration. This weekend, Rıfkı was making a special cake for the town mayor's colossal birthday party. This cake was going to be the biggest and most delicious cake ever made in Rainbow Town. Rıfkı carefully decorated the cake. He added colorful frostings, sparkling candies, and a huge happy birthday inscription. The cake was so big it was half the size of a car. Rıfkı had just taken the cake out of the oven, and its wonderful scent filled the entire neighborhood. Just then, a tiny brown-furred mouse named Fıstık, Peanut, who was a bit clumsy, scurried quickly along the kitchen counter. Fıstık always managed to knock things over or trip. That day, with a cheerful breeze entering through Rıfkı's open window, Fıstık tripped on the edge of the cakes tray. Poof! As Fıstık tripped, the tray lifted slightly. The colossal cake, aided by the wind, began to rise out of the window, straight into the sky. The cake floated slowly, as if it were a magical balloon. "Oh no, my cake is flying away!" shouted Rooster Rıfkı, his comb standing straight up in surprise. He rushed outside in a panic. The cake was soaring through the clouds like a colorful kite. Fıstık the mouse also darted out the window. "My fault. I'll catch it," he said, but he ran so fast that he tripped over his own feet and tumbled. Poof! Rooster Rıfkı watched the cake with wide eyes. Just then, he saw Sarı Kanat, one of the town's fastest birds with colorful feathers, dozing on a swing in his garden. "Sarı Kanat, you must help me. My cake is flying," Rıfkı shouted. Sarı Kanat woke up in surprise from his nap. He looked up at the sky and saw the flying cake. "Oh my, what a funny sight," he said, bursting into laughter. But still, he immediately took off to help Rıfkı. Rıfkı and Fıstık started chasing the cake. The cake was gliding over Rainbow Town. The townspeople below, when they saw the flying cake, were first surprised, then burst into laughter. Some reached out their hands to catch the tiny candies breaking off the cake. Rıfkı and Fıstık were struggling greatly to catch the cake. Rıfkı ran, flapping his wings, but the cake was too fast. Fıstık ran with all his might with his tiny paws, but he kept tripping and falling. At one point, he tripped on a tree branch and fell down with a shower of pine cones. Poof! Sarı Kanat flew over the cake. He stretched out his beak, trying to grab a piece of the cake's frosting, but couldn't manage. The cake was so big that Sarı Kanat couldn't carry it alone. Rıfkı was out of breath. "What will we do now?" he said. Fıstık looked around. Ahead, he saw the windmill at the top of the town's tallest building. "The windmill! Maybe it will get caught on the windmill's blades," Fıstık said. They all ran towards the windmill. The cake slowly drifted towards the windmill. Rıfkı flapped his wings, leaped into the air, and grabbed on to the windmill's blades. Just then, the cake got caught on the blades. The cake began to spin on the windmill's blades. Rıfkı, holding on to the blades, was spinning on the cake. Fıstık below shouted, "Catch it, Rıfkı!" As the cake spun, its wonderful scent spread all over Rainbow Town. The townspeople below continued to laugh as they watched the flying cake. Finally, one of Rıfkı's arms got tired, and he let go of the cake. The cake slowly began to drift downwards, but this time it landed right in the town mayor's party square. The cake made a huge, soft landing right in the middle of the party. Candies and frosting scattered around. The mayor and the townspeople were surprised. Then, when they saw the colossal cake, they began to applaud cheerfully. Rıfkı, Fıstık, and Sarı Kanat Donut also rushed over to them. This is an amazing surprise," said the mayor, laughing heartily. "I've never seen a birthday cake like this in my life." From that day on, Baker Rooster Rıfkı was not only the most talented baker in Rainbow Town, but also the hero of the funniest adventures. Fıstık the mouse understood that even with his clumsiness, he could help Rıfkı. Sorry Khan